Hello, it's Ryan from 2minutetennis.net, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 simple tips you can learn from the Maria Sharapova forehand and backhand. Let's get right to the footage courtesy of Essential Tennis. Thank you guys for allowing me to use this footage. Let's check it out, let's analyze it, and then I'll come back here with the Topspin Pro to demonstrate.
Now, the first tip I'm going to show you is how Maria gets her weight going forward into the shot. Look at her lunge forward. She's not letting the ball come to her. She's not going to just wait for this ball to come to her and she's just going to hold her ground. That is not what's going to happen. She is going to attack this ball. So you can see her stepping into this court. Look at the big stride, toe pointing forward, and she's leaning into the shot. It's unbelievable how she gets her weight going forward into this ball. And she does it ball after ball. Watch this. Even with the stride that's not as big, watch her body weight go forward. Her weight's on her back foot, now her weight's on her front foot, leaning in. Absolutely love this, leaning into the shot. You should record yourself and just see if this is what you look like when hitting a ball. And obviously, you know, it's hard to look like a multiple Grand Slam champion. But I'm just saying, can you get your body weight going forward into the shot? Look at her stride, unbelievable stride here. And look at her lean in. Look how powerful that backhand is. Getting her weight going forward. If we just look at where her head is now and then watch her go forward, her head has completely changed positions. So her head is just going forward as her stride goes forward. I mean, that's why it's happening. She has this big, long stride, getting her weight forward into the shot. Even when she's moving off to her right, she's going off to her right, but then she leans into this shot. Watch, she goes off to her right, she gets there early, she plants this back foot, and then she goes forward with her front foot, leaning into this, putting so much weight behind that ball. Now, the second idea is putting your chin on your front shoulder and having your chin end up on your back shoulder. When you rotate correctly, yet your head stays very still, your chin will end up transferring from your front shoulder to your back shoulder. And this is going to be on both forehand and backhand. So here we can see her chin very easily. We can see her chin on her front shoulder. And now when she's done, her chin right here, it's a little hard to see, but if I zoom in, you can see it. Her chin is on her back shoulder, the shoulder that was her hitting shoulder, I should say. Because really, it all of a sudden becomes her front shoulder. Right there, it becomes her front shoulder. But I think you know what I mean. It's the original back shoulder. She rotates forward and her head stays super still. You should film yourself and see if your chin is, I mean, this is just such a great view. Chin on the front shoulder, chin on the back shoulder. When the head stays still and you rotate your body, your chin will just transfer from one shoulder to another. Watch this one. This one's on the run. Now here she can't get her weight going into the shot, but she still rotates. Chin on her front shoulder, and watch. Chin on her back shoulder. It's just so cool to see her head stay still and down. Head stays down and the shoulder comes under her chin. Now, the last idea I'm going to show you in this video is a concept called high-low high. It's so simple to do. It's so simple to copy and to practice, but many players don't do it. And high-low high just means the path the racket takes. So here her racket is high, now her racket is low, and now her racket is high again. So that's just the simple high, low, high swing that Sharapova uses. Let's watch her forehand. High, and really all the pros do this. Low, to more or less of an extent. And then high again. So when you turn high, immediately you get gravity-assisted racket speed. And then you drop slightly below the ball for topspin, and then you swing up. Let's watch this backhand. Oh, by the way, let me show you this. So here is her turn, right? This is the first high. But watch how she gets there. Watch how her backswing is super efficient. You don't want to go down to get to the high backswing, which I often see players do, amateur players. What you want to do is you want to go straight to it. Watch her racket follow the green line up to the yellow circle. You want the most efficient take back possible. From there, she'll then drop down and come back up again. Watch, there's the high, there's the low. Now, she's not super low below the ball because here, look how big her stride is. She's pummeling this ball. She's hitting flatter into this ball. It's still going to be topspin, but not a tremendous amount of topspin. You wouldn't hit a topspin lob this way or a cross-court passing shot where you're going to dip it sharp cross-court in the service box. She's driving this ball. So she's not getting tremendously below the ball, but it's still low. It's just not as low as some shots. So the amount you go low will vary. But the high, low, high swing, film yourself. Know what you look like. Know if you're using the high, low, high swing. Here you can see her left hand has turned with the racket. So she's immediately gone up with a unit turn, both hands. There's the high. Now her left arm uncoils. Her left hand gets out of the way. Watch her left hand get out of the way so she can start to rotate her body. And she's going to go high, low, high again. Racket's high, then it drops below the ball. Now she's swinging up. She got a little more topspin on that one. And there's high over the shoulder again. And even on the one where she's running really hard to her left, you can tell her racket immediately goes to this high point. Then she drops down and then goes back high again.
So I love showing you pro footage to help you see exactly the things you can do and you can copy from the best players in the world and use them to help you play your best tennis. So the first thing was try to get your weight going into your shots. Forehand or backhand, doesn't matter. The ball's coming in, don't just stand still. Prepare, and if you can, get your weight going into that ball. Stand farther back. If you got a topspin pro, stand farther back to practice this. Turn and go forward into the shot. You don't even have to hit the ball. You can just practice going to contact, getting your weight into the shot. Same thing, and it's just amazing how long her stride is. I mean, I know how tall she is, but just get your weight going forward into the shot. When you do that, that helps transfer the weight from your body into the racket, into the ball. The second idea is called chin to shoulder, right? So when I turn, I'm going to turn and I'm going to put my chin on my front shoulder. And then when I'm done hitting, I'm still keeping my head still because your head can really mess things up for you. If you look up, you won't like what you see. So because you're going to shank the ball and it's going to pull your racket off the path of the ball. So keep your head super still. And one of the easiest ways to keep your head super still is just to put your chin on your front shoulder and then your chin on your back shoulder. And this works for both forehands and two-handed backhands. This is not typically a one-handed backhand concept, but it certainly is a two-handed backhand concept because you're rotating so much on a two-hander, unlike a one. But on the two, chin on the front shoulder, chin on the back shoulder. And last, we're going to work on the high, low, high swing. When we saw Sharapova in a few of those shots, we got to see, especially on the forehand, her turn with both hands. So we want to be high, low, high, but we don't want to go down to get to the first high. So when we get to the top of the backswing, we want to go immediately there. That ball is on its way. And so depending on the speed of the ball or the level of our play or the amount of kick that maybe is on that ball, if it's got a lot of spin on it, it's going to be important that we have an efficient backswing that is a straight line basically to where we want to be. And so turn with both hands, rotate the body, get the racket back up here early and have it be at the top of the swing right away. Then that's when you're going to be leaning and getting your body weight going into the ball, and that's when your racket's going to begin to really feel like it's free falling. And then you've got a gravity-assisted racket speed. So not only are you accelerating the racket, but you're also going the direction of gravity. So it's like driving a car downhill or riding your bike downhill. You can go faster. Yes, you're pedaling, and yes, you're hitting the gas pedal, but you are going faster because you have gravity-assisted acceleration. It's the same thing. Then we go down and we go back up again. And you can see it's all connected. I'm getting my weight going forward. My chin and shoulder are touching, chin and shoulder, and I've got the high, low, high. And it's the exact same thing for the backhand. The backhand is actually a more common the more common side where I see players going down. And so if you go down, it's not the worst thing in the world, but I do want you to practice and attempt getting the racket up the way you see the best players in the world turning and the best backhands in the world. You look at Zverev, you look at Azarenka, you look at these players, Djokovic, Agassi, you look at these players with the racket in this power position above the hand. You want to learn that if you can. So turn, I'm going to get my weight going forward, my chin is on my shoulder, and then it's on my shoulder again, but I've got from the ready position this turn right to here. Two heads are better than one. Two-headed monster. High, low, high. If you start practicing, I promise you, if you start practicing these 3 tips, get your body weight going into the shot. Keep your head still, chin to shoulder, and start using the high, low, high swing. I promise you, you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. I am an affiliate of the Topspin Pro. This thing is absolutely amazing. I can't tell you, it's countless, the number of students. This has changed their game just by understanding topspin and seeing it and feeling it. If you're a coach, a parent, or a player, you need to pick up one of these Topspin Pros. I am an affiliate. You can check it out in the card right here or in the description below. This is Ryan Reedy from 2MinuteTennis.net. You got this.